let me jump in line and get my picture taken with a guitar. And then I just posted that as my LinkedIn profile because it's like, oh, everybody can relate to the guitar and the music and everything. And I felt it to be much more relatable to, the average person that stumbles across my LinkedIn profile.
I saw the picture, but then I saw your response and you said, hey, John, something along the lines of, and you know what? Let's just pull it up and see exactly what you said.
That's interesting.
Right
I would
here.
love to see what I really said.
I would too, because we're going to go right into that conversation. Where is he? Duane. There it is. December 27th, 2022.
Wow.
Hi, John. I hope this finds you well. Thank you for liking the message on depression. This was some time ago, and you might or might not be aware, but while in high school together, you okay if I say this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I tried to... Thank you to everybody who has subscribed recently. Don't think that we don't notice. We love the views, we love the comments, we love all of the new subscribers, and we love seeing that this show is growing. If you like this show, the best thing you can do to support it is hit that subscribe button, and if you want to take it one step further, please share any and all episodes. Thank you. Let's get on to the show. Welcome to Bear It All, the Kintsugi Chronicles, here on the I Am Not Okay channel, where we gather our broken pieces in search of gold. My name is John Bear.
My name is Jeremy Palmer.
And today we are joined by a very, very special guest, guy I went to high school with, friend of mine from way back. We reconnected recently, Mr. Duane. Dave, how are you doing today?
Welcome.
I'm doing well. Thank you. I appreciate, having me on the podcast. This has been a long time coming.
It's been a long time coming, Dave. So let's kick it off right there. Why don't you tell people how we reconnected?
So after high school, John and I parted ways. We kind of went our separate directions, went, different fields, different places. And I didn't know this, but John had returned to the area as I did after university. And I found John on LinkedIn again. And I reached out to him just kind of see how, he was doing, what was new, what had been keeping him busy in his life. And then we reconnected. It was kind of an amazing story when you get back to it.
And we're going to unravel that story because it is an amazing story. The post, if you remember, I clicked on something. I'm pretty sure, was it Brian Buckley that had put it out or somebody else?
I think it was Brian Buckley.
Okay, so Brian put out a post, and I'm pretty sure there was a connotation of like having depression in there, something along the lines of like PTSD or with veterans. And I happened to just like the post, I believe. And the next morning I woke up and I had this LinkedIn message, and it was Duane. And I remember Dave. I hadn't seen him since high school, and this was just about 22 years later. The interesting part was when I pulled up your profile on LinkedIn, it was a picture of you holding a guitar.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, correct.
Okay, that caught my interest immediately because some know, and I'll share more, but I'm working to turn what has happened to me into music like artists do. They usually express their hurts in some way. My medium seems to be music. And when you showed up in my LinkedIn feed strumming a guitar from my past, I was like, what the hell is happening here? This is literally coming into my inbox because I was looking for a way to get into music. Come to find out that you own a family music business, McMillan Music Company.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell people what McMillan Music Company is and does?
So being second generation for McMillan Music, we are the manufacturer here in the U.S. for brass and woodwind musical accessories with a specialty in lubricants and cleaning brushes and cleaning kits and anything you would need to take care of your musical instrument as a professional or as a student. Mm-hmm. And it's funny that you state I had the guitar because I don't know even how to play a guitar.
Nice.
But that was from a photo shoot that was done at a NAMM show. And they were just letting people get their picture taken with a guitar. And I was like, oh man, this looks awesome. Let me jump in line and get my picture taken with a guitar. And then I just posted that as my LinkedIn profile because I was like, oh, everybody, can relate to the guitar and the music and everything. And I felt it to be much more relatable to, the average person that stumbles across my LinkedIn profile.
Absolutely. Yeah, I thought it was fascinating. And what it did for me was, actually, I saw the picture, but then I saw your response and you said, hey, John, something along the lines of, you know what? Let's just pull it up and see exactly what you said.
That's interesting.
Right
I would
here.
love to see what I really said.
I would too, because we're going to go right into that conversation. Where is he? Duane. There it is. December 27th, 2022.
Wow.
Hi, John. I hope this finds you well. Thank you for liking the message on depression. This was some time ago, and you might or might not be aware, but while in high school together, you okay if I say this?
Yeah, absolutely.
I tried to commit suicide.
Yeah.
I would certainly enjoy catching up and hearing more from you about BKS, your friend Dave. So I wrote back, Dave, holy fucking shit, dude. I was not aware. For what it's worth, I'm sorry you felt that way, but I'm glad you're still here, truly. Maybe you weren't aware, but I was diagnosed with severe depression at age 8, and while it seemed like I had it together in high school, I thought of suicide often. I was abused as a kid, same with my brother and sister. We lost my brother to suicide in 2007, and I found a letter he had written about me. I definitely wanted to die. Before I pulled that trigger, I decided to give life a true shot. No antidepressants, no numbing. And since then, I've been rebuilding every aspect of my life physically, emotionally, and spiritually. Published a letter in a book that I wrote that he had given me. And that's what I do here at BKS, is we take people through their worst and bring out that stronger version buried deep inside that can handle life. And there's more to it. I'm not going to go into it, but your response was, hey, John, great to hear from you. And now I will call you a friend for sure. Yeah, in high school, I lost many folks who thought were my friends and teachers who outed me in front of other teachers and students concerning my depression and suicide attempt. Long story short, I appreciate you, brother. Our stories are not 100% the same, but pretty damn close. I would enjoy catching up, as I am in the Doylestown area still. I'm not sure how far you are, but I can certainly meet for lunch, coffee, whatever. Your friend, Dave.
Good stuff.
That was our re-entry point, our reconnection right there.
Yeah, I haven't looked at that since I wrote it.
Well, that's,
and wow, that's really powerful.
Yeah, I mean, this December, that'll be 3 years ago.
Wow.
And then if you remember, because you sent me your number, I started texting you. So there's no more messages after that one.
Yeah.
But then I was like, yo, man, let's meet up soon. And so this is where the interesting part of our stories come back together and converge. We're both entrepreneurs now.
Yeah.
And you're so much of an entrepreneur that 3 years ago, you told me, because I wanted to see you, I think it was January 1st. It was like a Saturday or a Sunday. And I said, hey, let's just come in and see each other. And you straight up said, no, John, I can't. I have production. I have stuff to do. I have to work. And I was like, Dave, we just reconnected. It's January 1st. Are you really putting out product or whatever? And long story short, I had to twist your arm a little to get you to come in and talk to me. What do you remember about that?
Yeah, I do remember that. And I remember that explicitly that, you were adamant. You were, getting me out of my comfort zone where extremely comfortable in the manufacturing aspect of life and, just going in and getting it done, but not really focusing on my true self.
Mm-hmm.
And right now, extremely grateful for you saying, hey, we have to get together and pushing me to come, January 1st and sit down and have that conversation. If I recall, it was 3 hours
At least.
where we just sat in a room with a chair and that was it. No phones, no computers, no anything. It was just the two of us talking.
Exactly.
And I left that meeting just with a mindset that, okay, this is so important and I see what you're doing here at BKS.
Yeah.
And I thought to myself, this is so, I see the strength and the value. And from that point on, I made it extremely important for my weekly, daily routine to be a part of it here at BKS with yourself and Jeremy.
Absolutely.
And everybody else here. And it's not because I necessarily want it. It's because at this point, I need it for my mental and then also my physical conditions
Yep.
that, have plagued me over the years to survive and also be my best self and show up for the best for, everybody in my life.
We're going to go down and we're going to unpack that part of it. But let's not gloss over what was in that message there. And the reason that you're now here training with us, there's stuff behind that.
Absolutely.
Right? Mm-hmm. So you mentioned it in your LinkedIn message. And I'll let everybody know. So January 1st, 2023, let's get like a real timeline. If I go back to the last time that I actually remember like seeing Dave, maybe it was in the spring of 2000, but when we reconnected, you told me that wasn't really possible because you were not in school for the last 3 to 6 months?
Correct.
Right, which means it would have had to have been late 99 was probably the last time that I saw you. So if you can put it together, 23 years since basically Dave and I had a conversation. And the first conversation we had, we sat down and talked for 3 fucking hours. And you told me, and you started to unpack what had happened to you.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't want to tell that story.
Yeah,
Please
so
tell us where
It's
you
your
like to
story
share.
to tell.
growing up, within the family business and the family confines, maybe a different life than most people would see on the outside or would have thought what it would be like working in a family business and the pressures that come along with that. And then also on top of that, the pressures of school. And it's not just school, but the school that we both attended and the historied aspects of sports within that school.
Absolutely.
And those pressures, and then the pressures for university and the pressures of, okay, what am I doing after university? That's only a short glimpse into the greater picture of your life. And at that point, there was a lot of pressure on me by both family members in the household and then family members outside of the household to either not go to university or go to university and what to do once you got to university and how long you could be there and what you had to do while you were there. And at that point, there was a lot going on. And I did turn to suicide because I thought it was the only way to relieve all the pressures and the stresses of my life. Looking back at it now, boy, was I wrong.
Was it just the family pressures, or was there something that had happened?
There was the girl that I was dating at the time, I found out, had cheated on me on going away for a softball university visit. And for those who know and may not know, there was, or I don't even know if it's still around, but there's a contest for our high school called Mr. West.
I do. I was in it.
And I was doubted or scheduled to be in it, and due to my attempt, I wasn't in it.
Yeah.
And that really, it definitely took a toll on me.
Yeah.
But at that point, I wasn't in the right headspace or mind space to even focus on that.
Yeah.
And everything just came to a grinding halt with that attempt.
Yeah.
And
How old were you at that time?
Senior in high school.
Right. So 17, 18?
Yeah, 18 years old. And it's really a lot of, it wasn't just one single item.
Sure.
It was many different items
Yeah.
on top of each other at a certain time period in my life.
Sure.
Yep.
That caused me to choose that route.
Will you share what the route looked like that you had attempted to use?
So I attempted to take a knife and slit my wrists. And that was right after I received a call from my girlfriend at the time that she wasn't going to be my escort for the Mr. West. And I just remember being on the phone with her and just losing it emotionally, and then just taking a knife and just trying to,
Wow.
and it was difficult because for myself it was difficult, but I couldn't even imagine what it was like for my mom to walk in and find her baby boy with blood all over himself.
Right.
And that's what happened.
Yeah.
So mom walked in, found you. What happened?
At that point, my mom called my dad and said, like, you need to get home. My dad was away on a business trip. And my mom took me to the hospital. And with that,
Yeah.
they took me to Horsham Clinic, where I wasn't chained, but I was restrained to a bed and put on a bunch of medicines.
Mr. West, if I remember, would have happened in like April, right before we graduated, right?
Yeah.
So that was like 2 months before graduation.
Yeah.
And at a time when you can and should have been thinking about university, you were restrained to a bed.
Yeah.
Take us from that moment.
So after I was released,
How long would you say you were there? Do you remember? A couple
it was only
weeks
like
or a
2
couple days?
It was probably, I know it was over the weekend, and I think it was a Monday or Tuesday I was released.
So it was like a long weekend kind
Yeah.
of? Okay. All right.
And it was really stressful for me because I had this action, I had attempted,
Yeah.
and there was support and love from my mom and my aunt. My brother was away at university, so he didn't even know what was going on. And I remember my dad coming home, and he was really not happy. And then I remember my uncle calling me, who was at that point the owner of the family business. And I remember this conversation that we had. And to me, it was so far from what I actually needed at the time, where the conversation was, take some Tylenol, take the weekend off, and come back to work on Monday.
Right. Sweep it under the rug. It'll be all right. Take some Tylenol, push that shit down, and let's get on with it.
Yeah.
We need you here.
Yeah.
Interestingly enough, I know from other conversations that that's a theme that has kicked in several times for you over the course of that too. So
Oh, absolutely.
we'll hit that again. But
Yeah.
Before we move on to like what you did What do you said it was so far removed from what you needed. Looking back, what did you need?
At that point, I needed more of an outlet to speak about what was going on. Mm-hmm. And I did eventually go to a therapist where I could speak about what was going on, where they provided me tools to combat this if I ever got in this headspace again in the future. But at that point, I didn't need it'll be okay, take a long weekend.
Yeah.
I needed okay, you're going through something. How can we work together and work this out?
What can we do for you?
Yeah.
Not get back to work.
Yeah.
How can we support
Yeah.
you?
How can we help you? Like, what can we do to help you and make sure this doesn't happen for you again?
Yeah.
What can we do?
Yeah. Not what can you do,
Right.
because
What can you
we
do
can't
for me?
have this. We can't have you go through this again
Right.
because you don't understand how this affects
Us.
and everybody else.
Oh, right.
So everybody else was thinking about themselves.
Let's take the light off of you
Yeah.
and put it onto us, because you look at how inconvenient this thing is for us. Like,
Yeah.
we're going to have to explain this to people.
Yeah, we're going to have to explain this to people, and we're going to have to deal with this.
Right. You're coming back to work, right? Because
Yeah.
there's stuff that needs to happen.
Yeah, Monday, all this stuff has
brushes
to
aren't
get
gonna
done.
make themselves.
Yeah, this has to get done.
How did it make you feel when you heard that from your uncle?
Very, very, very resentful. Very, very resentful.
Has that resentment ever healed?
To this day, no.
Okay.
Have you ever spoken to him about it?
I have tried to sit down and have a conversation on at least 5 occasions that I can remember.
Sure.
That's enough.
And it always turns how I've perceived it to turn out is, David, you're overreacting. Or
You're too sensitive, Dave.
yeah, or David, that's not what I meant by that. Or I was kidding, or I wasn't serious about that. But as I got older and I continued, I realized, no, that was true. We weren't just
I think
kidding.
they call that gaslighting.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, gaslighting is huge.
Yeah, I think they call that gaslighting. I think
that's
it's the
huge.
official term for that, in case anybody's curious.
That was huge.
You're imagining this.
Yeah. Yeah. That couldn't have happened to you.
Right.
No.
Right.
So then getting back to school was a whole nother episode in itself, to try to come back to school and fight the stigmatism the whole way of every step, every turn that I made, from going to classes and raising my hand to answer a question. And I may not have worded it correctly or whatever, but the teacher, I just remember one teacher said, "That's okay. It's good enough you're depressed."
Okay.
And
So we'll just diminish all of your feelings across the board, everywhere,
yeah,
in every setting you find yourself in. Like, let's put you in the corner and label you.
and then I remember walking through the halls and seeing friends that I thought were my friends before, going to say hi to them and try to reconnect since I had been away for a while, saying, "My parents said I can't talk to you."
How'd that make you feel?
It made me feel like this big.
For those that can't see, it's millimeters or smaller, like tiny.
Yeah, and just like, I can't be friends with you anymore.
Wow.
And I was like, what do you mean we can't be friends? We've been friends our whole lives.
So when you really needed people the most was when you literally got people the least.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Wow. So that right there is about as close of a parallel as our story can have, like mine and yours.
Yeah.
Well, you said, while it's not 100%, it's pretty damn close, right? Fuck, Dave. So let's move forward. So you have friends and people that are telling you, we can't be friends anymore. You're feeling literally the lowest you ever have in your life. You have your uncle telling you, basically dismissing you, not really sitting down and taking ownership of his statements at any point over these last 23 years, let alone realizing he probably meant exactly what he said. That's got to feel awful. And then going to university and eventually coming and working with him.
Oh yeah.
So let's
Yeah.
Is there anything else with your
High school.
attempt that you need to unpack or share with people?
No, I firmly believe that people can and will go through hard times in their lives.
Yeah.
But I certainly believe that you're always better off alive. And
You're here.
I always believe that there are tools, whether you can see over that mountain, to use those tools is always a different story. I was lucky enough to get therapy and get help where I was provided those tools, and I took it extremely serious.
Right.
How soon after did you start going to therapy?
Weeks.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
So right into it.
Yeah.
Got it.
Right into therapy.
Okay. And what were some of the tools or strategies that because you said that they helped you build so that when you felt that way before, you were able to clear it before making a decision that you couldn't take back?
Yeah, absolutely. There's no going back from that. The tools that I found to help me were, and still are, because even though I succeeded over that mountain, there's always going to be another mountain coming.
Always.
And we know we've been training together for a while
Yeah.
now. Like, we know some of the mountains. Like,
Yeah.
we'll get to those too, but
Yeah, so I'm an avid journaler. Like, I journal, doodle in a book.
Got it. So writing down thoughts and feelings.
Writing down thoughts, feelings. I'm obviously a huge music guy.
Interesting how that worked.
Music is, for me, a lot of the times how I can escape from my feelings or present my feelings
yep.
in a more clear fashion. Or just listening to music can bring me down. So it's journaling, music, whether it be writing it or just listening to it. Physical fitness is huge. I'll say that again. It is huge
Okay.
for me to get going, get moving, get the blood flowing, and being here with everybody else working and sharing and hearing stories from other people here puts a dynamic that I feel can't be escaped from, but only in a positive level.
Right.
Because not only do you have the physical fitness aspect, you also have the aspect of comfort because you're in a safer place
Safety coming up again.
where you are able to share what may be going on, whether you had a tough day or something's not going on exactly how you want. But you can share it and feel safe here.
Yeah.
And we do that too, right? Like
Yeah.
I know I've shared some stuff with you that was good. I know John has too. Like we do it too. Like you see, like everybody that sees us, like we're also doing the same stuff. Like we all know that. This room is safe. This is the safe room. Like for if you need to talk about it, you can talk about it here sometimes. And then, you get into this stage and then it's like, okay, now we're really talking about it. Like we're digging now. Like
now we're alchemizing it.
The shovels come out and we begin to alchemize. Yes.
Yeah. So I use those 3 to 4 tools to help myself if I'm getting in that space. And then if there are times I really have a secure friend group that I can share with where there is no judgment. And that's also huge.
So you hit on something. How did you come across the friend group that you could share with? Because when you were back in school and they found out, you couldn't share with them. So how did you find people that like were, sure, you can share with me and you're literally sitting here talking about it on a podcast, but like aside from me, who, without naming names, how did you find these people that were able to listen to your story and not run away?
So there was some friends that I had already had from different friends groups because I was really in different groups when I was in high school.
Like youth groups kind of stuff?
No, I was in different activities in high school.
Okay.
So each different activity had, I don't want to say, I had different friend groups. So I was able to leverage those different friend groups.
Got it.
And then find, because seemed like everybody knew what was going on.
Right.
I didn't. That's crazy. But
And then those people that were able to understand and take what I said, was going through and offered to help and, hey man, if something's going on, share with us. And those are the people, then I just doubled down on those relationships.
Right.
okay.
And made my friend group really small, real fast.
Right.
You found out who was willing to listen.
Yeah.
Yep. And that's where you had to be.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So then after we found the friend group and some tools and some strategies, then we're off to university,
Yeah.
right? Like we finished school, you got through that point, you came back enough to graduate,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And before we go too much into university, so I just made a statement where I said, man, I didn't remember that. And the truth is, without unpacking my story, today's not about me, it's about Dave. But I was going through a lot at that point too. And so I was oblivious to the fact that he wasn't even in school. Like I didn't realize you were out for however long you were out. And the guy that I remember in school, he was this big, loud, bouncy guy. Skinny, real skinny, but he had this personality where it was like Duane was in the room. And I always remember Dave as smiling and bright and happy. And when we sat down January 1st, 2023, to hear that hurt my heart, man. That hurt my soul. And I had no idea. And so now to know that he's gone through all this and that there's some of that in my family and that we've had to go through this, then he had to go out into the world with all of those things in the back of his mind. And when he finds himself, Kutztown University?
Yeah.
Okay,
Kutztown.
so take us to Kutztown.
Let's go.
So I arrive at Kutztown. I'm rail skinny. I'm 130 pounds. And people just immediately try to feed me because I look like, I'm about to wither away.
Emaciated.
Yeah. And people are like, because just to look at my face and everything, people are like, are you okay? Are you okay? And I was pretty heavily medicated at that time.
Like what antidepressants?
Yeah.
Yep. Okay.
And I was on antidepressants for my freshman and sophomore year. And I was still working with the tools that I was developing with my therapist
Yep.
to not only deal with depression, but then also become acclimated to a new scenario.
Right, where depression could also kick in on its own.
Yeah. And
Happens a lot for kids going into college.
And not only that, on a semi or bi-weekly basis, I would come back home and hear about, why are you going to school? What do you need that for? You don't need that for your future.
Who were you hearing that from?
From my uncle,
Oh.
the owner of the business.
Oh, the same uncle that wanted you to come back to work after your attempt?
Yeah.
Oh, that guy. Okay, cool. Keep going.
Yeah. So I almost failed out of school. And what helped me was at Kutztown, I started a group for people that suffered from depression, bipolar, and a myriad of other
Sure.
things.
Psychological.
Yeah, psychological stuff where we could sit down and we could have a round table discussion about what's going on in our lives, what tools do you use to help you when you're feeling like this? What tools do you use when you're feeling like this?
Sure.
And how can we work together to help each other? You know, if you see me like this,
Right.
maybe something's going on. How about you, if you see me like this, I like to get coffee. So how about you ask me to go for a coffee?
Pull me aside. Help me. Yeah.
Help me out to, not feel so alone and isolated, because that's usually what's, in my case, sometimes what has happened.
Sure.
You feel isolated, you feel alone. And sometimes you just need somebody to be like, hey, man, let's grab a coffee or let's grab a bite to eat. Whatever
Goes
you
a
choose.
long way.
Yeah, it does go a long way. So I get to university, I start, I'm basically failing out. And the family back home hears, hey, you're not doing well. What are you doing? You're wasting time.
Let's go work.
Yeah, you're wasting money. What are you doing? It happened when I started this group, got off the medicine, got to university where I started enjoying what I was doing, the classes that I was taking, where I really came into my own, where I was able to succeed in what turned out to be entrepreneurial business classes. And nobody's surprised about that.
Right. And you started another group there as well, right?
Yeah, I started a group called Entrepreneurial Minds. I'm not sure if it's even around anymore. I think it still is. But we had Dave Cabela from Cabela's come and speak to us at our little group of like 15, 20 students about the entrepreneurial spirit, what it takes. And that helped me with my entrepreneurial drive to have other students my age and just bounce ideas off. Hey, what do you want to do? What are you thinking about this? Hey, what are you thinking about this? Maybe after you graduate, what do you think you might want to do?
Right.
And then how can we help each other achieve those goals? So post-graduation isn't just okay, man, we're off to the world. Here you go. You have this piece of paper, but
best of luck.
Yeah, best of luck. So we almost started a little network between the students to try to help each other out and say, hey, okay, you got this offer, I got this offer. What do you think, do you think I would be a good fit for this kind of group? And I really enjoyed that.
Are you in contact with any of those folks still?
I still am in contact with like 3 or 4.
Interesting. Really?
Yeah, very cool.
Awesome.
And I think it was like last week, I spoke to one of the guys.
Interesting.
All right. So,
very cool.
Which group did you start first for
the people that were suffering through depression?
Okay. So to me, that is a very entrepreneurial type thing. You saw a need and you filled it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Where does that come from in you?
I don't know. I've always been just a little bit different than everybody else.
And tell us a little bit about where the entrepreneurial stuff started. You told us about like selling stuff in school. And
Yeah, I remember. I remember playing basketball in middle school. I always wanted the Air Jordan shoes because everybody had to have the new Jordans.
Okay.
And I was one of those kids, and my parents were like, "We're not spending that much money on shoes."
As parents do.
Yeah, as parents do. Looking back,
Hey, it happens.
I've said that myself.
I probably would have done the same thing as my parents in those shoes.
Right.
But I just took it as okay, how can we get this? How can we achieve this goal?
You saw it as a challenge as opposed to a roadblock.
Yeah. Okay, how can we overcome this? So I started selling. I watched what students were buying out of the vending machine in lunches.
Which who does that? But yeah.
And I then bought those same things at like a BJ's or a Costco and sold them for a little bit cheaper, but sold them out of my locker to anybody that would.
Had some money.
Yeah, anybody that had some money and was like, I'd be like, yo, you could buy that from the vending machine.
Or you could buy it
meet
from
me
me.
at my locker in like 20 minutes and you can save a little money.
Yo,
Yeah.
Duane, let me get some Twinkies, man.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Yeah.
I need that Skittles, bro.
I need those little Debbies.
Yeah. Something like that, was just, So I took that money and I would then first replenish my stock.
So middle school, like 14, 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Okay. So your parents, like, did they know you were doing this? Or
Oh, yeah, because my mom would take me
to
drive
Costco
you
or
to
whatever?
get
yeah,
stuff.
to get the stuff.
And she's like, David, why are you buying all this candy?
Are you
Well, she
eating all this
knew.
stuff?
She knew what was going on.
Interesting.
Are you eating all this?
But I just remember when there was something happened in school where somebody thought I was selling illicit substances and they came in, and long story short, I got in trouble, but I got in trouble from the school.
You were taking money away from their vending
Yeah,
machine, man.
I was essentially thieving from the vending machine
Like
contract.
you were adding competition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It's the free market principle. I mean,
yeah. And they thought I was selling drugs and
you kind of were. The sugar.
yeah.
Well, different kind.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a
But
different drug.
I was like, hey, I want these shoes.
Yeah.
If this is a way to be able to do this.
And I figured it out.
Yeah, I figured it out.
So where did that evolve to? We started selling candy. Then what?
Then, like dubbed CDs or tapes.
Yep. Okay.
Nice.
Yeah. Okay. So like the mixtape. And
Yeah, the mixtape.
Good stuff.
Oh, I got a CD drive. I'll burn that for you. Just
Yeah.
give me $5.
CDRW,
Yeah.
baby.
Okay.
$10.
So whatever.
Give me $10.
Yeah.
I can make whatever songs you want on a CD. Here you go.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
So
Give me your list. I'll make
Yeah.
it right for you.
and it seems like your family, so they have a family business, McMillan Music Company. So you have some entrepreneurialism in your family
yeah.
tree there.
Absolutely.
We can say you've borrowed from that and taken it to the next level.
Yeah.
So now we fast forward and you have entrepreneurial minds at Kutztown, and you had Dave Cabela from Cabela's come in and talk to everybody, and you're still talking to these group today. So that was sort of your junior, senior year when you said you started to step into your own.
Yeah.
So take us from like finishing up school to starting to step into your own. Where'd we go?
This is
Yeah.
this is where it gets real serious.
Let's go, motherfucker.
So, with all things said, I ended up doing pretty well in university.
So you graduated.
Yeah, I graduated and I did pretty well.
Interesting how that worked out when you weren't all fucked up.
Yeah, and I started getting even more back to serious physical fitness. I was, listening to my music, even drawing. When I was younger, I used to love to draw. So I would draw, and there was always artwork of mine in the school somewhere. So I was really getting into my own. Before graduation, I was slated to stay at university, get my, I guess it was master's degree at that time, for 0 charge to I would then have to become a consultant for the university for small businesses in the area. And then I would just have to pay for my food and books and whatever.
Yep.
But the actual tuition would be
They would take
paid
care of
for.
it. Yeah.
So I was getting ready to sign the letter of intention that I was going to stay because that's what I wanted to do.
Is that 2-year program? 4.
2 year.
Yeah.
So I was going to continue to stay.
Get your master's.
Yeah, the family said, I don't think you should do that. You really need to go out and get a real job and start being a member of society, an upstanding member of society and do this.
Is this mom and dad or the uncle again?
Everybody.
All of them. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Saying, hey, this is what you got to do now. You graduated, great.
We just want what's best for you, David.
Yeah. So, getting ready to sign my letter of intention. I think it was like a day or two before I signed my letter. I get a call from my aunt, who's now passed, that, hey, we had to rush your uncle to the emergency room. He's not doing well health-wise. We need you to come home now. If you don't come home, we will close the business and everybody will lose their jobs.
No pressure.
Yeah. No pressure at all. Yeah. Okay, what do you do? There's a lot of people back home that depend on me. And then, like, you're at a point in your life where you're really at a crossroads of where your future is going to be. Do I go into the corporate America world or do I come home to choose the family business? Well, it's clear what I chose. Graduated on a Saturday, started work on a Monday with, full life plan change, and then pretty much being alienated from friends because I'm doing all this work, which is fine, but not being prepared for that and just having to, quote unquote, figure it out.
No blueprint? They didn't have...
No blueprint, no directions, no showing you, hey, this is how I did it.
Just get in there and fucking figure it out.
Yeah, just do it. Everybody needs to get paid.
And at this point, you had worked in the factory for quite some time on and off through high school and through college anyway, right? Like
Yeah.
in the summers and even when you were back home, like you were working there anyway.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it turned in from...
But you weren't the boss. You were somebody who was doing stuff on the floor, just like filling spots, doing what needed to be done.
Yeah. I didn't have any idea how the books ran.
To run the business, yeah.
How the formulas were made.
Right.
And there was... When you don't have that person to assist you, even though you're not in great relationship, but just to have that person
The
not there.
knowledge of how this works.
Yeah. How does this work? How do
you normally do this?
Yeah. With nothing, just figure it out.
Right.
Leave somebody definitely in a quandary.
Okay, so you're 22, 23,
22.
22.
Got
Graduated.
that fresh diploma.
Yeah.
Literally, the ink is still fucking drying on the shit.
Yeah.
Job, working a job full time and a half, 2 days later.
Yeah.
Then what?
Then what?
So I see things that needed to be changed in the business. And I wanted to see the grow the business.
Okay. What 1 or 2 things you think needed to change?
It needed to be more automated. And it needed to be updated within the processes other than automation.
Okay.
But new equipment. You had to get new equipment in there.
Okay.
Well, It doesn't always work that way.
It wasn't met with open arms?
No.
An
Shocking.
open wallet?
Strong resistance.
Oh, interesting.
Strong resistance.
David, come home and run the business, but not that way.
Yeah.
Right.
You're not doing it right.
But everything's counting on you.
Yeah.
Everyone's going to lose their job if it's not for you, but don't do it that way.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Interesting.
Good. Just so we're clear.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. So
I come home, start working, get things rolling. And I get to the point where I get fed up with how things are not progressing the way I think they should, or even other employees think they should. And as you know, if your business isn't growing or you're not working on it, you're losing it. I developed a plan to go out on my own if there was not some kind of agreement where I could take over.
So take us through that, because I remember you telling me there's some things were missing there, but you came home and you started working full-time in the family business, but weren't you also working another job?
Yeah, so if anybody's ever worked in a family business, the family business does not usually pay well.
What?
You're never going to get on the Forbes 500 as working in the family business. It just doesn't work that way. So I got a different job on the weekends. I wound up doing security with a bunch of guys who I'm still friends with in local bars in Doylestown, saving money so I could buy the family business that I had run and grown.
And then to run it your way.
Yeah.
Right.
So I basically had to pay for the opportunity to run it my way.
So you're already working in it, and then you're leaving it during work, after working hours, going and working somewhere else and using that money not as a 23-year-old kid would and go and getting fucked up, but stacking it away so that you can rebuy this business to do it in your way.
Yeah.
Yeah. People don't think that way, Dave.
Yeah.
So where did that come from?
I had a lot of time to think.
Yeah.
When you're 23, 24, 25, and I'm sure most of you who, have reached that age, your life is, hey, let's go out to the bar, or let's go on trips with friends, or let's try to meet a girl and get married and whatever. I focused my time and my energy on the business and how I can make it better. Not just for myself, but for the musicians across the world.
Why did that matter so much to you? You didn't have to care about them.
Yeah, you're 100% correct. I didn't have to.
But why did you?
I chose it because while I was in that situation of being 23, 24, working in the family business, being thrown into it, I really fell in love with the grind of every day
Interesting.
growing. How can I do this better? 1-2% better every day. What can I do to make this life easier? And then as that grew, I thought, okay, well, if I could do this, maybe I could do this. And I did see a lot of innovative things going to the NAMM show in California. And I always just walked around. I never had a booth or anything. People would ask me, why don't you have a booth? To me, that would have limited my innovation, my time there to see what's going on. Because then I would have to man the booth or have somebody man the booth. And that makes it so much more difficult to go around and see the show. So I would go to the show, come home, think how I could implement things and make the business better. And then I thought, okay, well, what else can we do machinery-wise? Can we become safer? Can we make our products safer? Okay, how can we do that? How can we make them just a little bit better than everybody else is doing it? And then how can you make your products more sustainable for the future generations. And even today, it's still just a work in progress.
Of course.
You know, it never stops. Innovation never stops. But you build a little momentum and you see things go and you think, okay, people are seeing this. They're liking it. Okay, let's move a little further. Which was huge. Because once you get a little momentum, then you start getting more confidence, started getting... Looking back and reflecting on it, the music and then actually the business itself and the grind of every day making sure orders get out and making sure customers are happy and serviced and has always been a safe zone for me where I felt like, okay, nobody could harm me or whatever. Even if there was family members on the outside that were trying to play their cards, which was for their interest, I always felt that, okay, when I went out and did what I wanted to do and new projects or new opportunities, like I said, sustainability, safer, and I got the reaction, it helped me build the confidence to then keep going and letting people know, okay, this is what's going on. And then the confidence just continued to grow.
So what were some of these, you started talking to people and saying that you wanted to make your products better and they loved your products as they were. What products, so what is McMillan Music known for? What do you guys actually sell? Is it instruments?
No.
Okay.
So we started back in 53 in the family basement with a way to keep my uncle out of trouble.
This uncle keeps coming up, man.
And
He's going to pop up again.
yes, he will. And it was just a way to keep him out of trouble.
Okay.
Then my uncle went to the Navy because he was going to get drafted, so he just signed up. After the Navy, or while he was in the Navy, he actually used, I don't know whether I could say this, but he used government-issued typewriters and stamps and everything to send letters out to customers to get orders.
Past statute of limitations.
Yeah,
We're probably all right.
probably okay. But then he would come at night and fill the orders at home in the family basement. He started off with oils and greases.
For like saxophones
Yeah,
and things
so
like that.
for the valves on the
valve,
trumpet,
right.
slide on the trombone,
Okay.
cork on the saxophone and the clarinet. And then growing the business, he did like guitar polish, I think, for Fender, I think it was. And then we did shifting oil for the Hurst shifter for cars. For cars.
Yeah. Wow.
A specialty lubricant for the jaws of life to help people's lives get saved.
Wow. Okay.
There's a myriad of things that we do. We don't even have enough time to say all of
I
them.
wanted people to have like an idea.
Yeah.
Right. So we have some like oils and lubricants for some of the instruments, some brushes that clean them.
Also, like reeds and stuff
Reeds
as well.
and-
Yeah.
So accessory parts for
Yeah.
instruments to keep brass and wood and string instruments healthy and
Yeah.
being used for a long time.
Yeah.
Awesome. So then we're innovating those products and you're going out and talking to customers about how you want to do that. And it gives you the confidence to come back to your uncle basically with like an ultimatum of
Yeah.
like, I want to do it this way. I see the way that you're going isn't the way that I believe the business would do best. And so if you keep going that way, I want out and I'm going to start my own thing.
Yeah.
Is that where we?
Yeah.
All right. So take us through that.
Yeah. So that was, talk about tenuous circumstances.
When was that? Like how long into you? So you were 22 when you started running it. When did you get to the point where you could buy it? 10 years? 5 years?
10 years.
Okay. Yeah.
Until I actually signed my name on the line.
Okay.
And yeah, I mean, it was 3 years arguing back and forth about, okay, well, what part of the business do you get? What part of the business do you get? You know, what can you do? So growing up, my specialty was brushes.
Making them?
Yeah,
or-
making them,
All right.
manufacturing them. I have vivid memories of one of the brush machines that we had in the factory going down and not having any idea how the electric works on the machine, but sitting there at 15 years old with a schematic, an engineered drawing and with the electrics of how this works and whatever, and
Trying to figure it out.
Figure it out, David.
Family playbook. Figure it out.
Figure it out, man. Like, you need to get back up and running.
Yeah, let's go. We're missing production hours.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
You took that shit serious.
Yeah, so I soldered the electric wires back together, got a new switch, and we were back up and producing within like 2 days. And running and doing brushes and whatever led me to the chance to envision what I thought a machine would do. Fast forward to 2019, spending about 3 months in Germany designing my own machine to do what I want to do. Taking a huge leap of faith with now huge upside because I no longer have to do that. And now I can work on the other facets of the business that I want to grow. And that was instrumental of me being able to grow the business and do what I want to do with the sustainability, safer, and even evolutionizing or revolutionizing how things are even done in the industry.
Okay. So it took about 3 years. When did you sign on the business?
2017.
And so about 2014, the negotiations started.
Yeah.
And you had been in the family business about 10 years at that point. So really, by the time you signed, it was like 13 years.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then from that point, so you sign at 2017. What does that, like, does your uncle sort of have to like step back and to the side, or is it like you both have a part of the business you both worked on independently and it grew together? Like how did that look? Because then you're talking about in 2019, you went and spent 3 months on a machine to revolutionize how your brushes were made.
Yeah.
So how did you get to the point of being able to do that without him in the way?
So 2017 contract signed.
Yeah.
It's a clean break.
Like you just start to buy him out
Yeah.
and he leaves. He's not even working in the business anymore?
He works when he wants to. He could work when he wanted to.
Okay.
2017, I bought the business. 2018, I took the business to a next level of buying a factory.
That's your bigger building?
Yeah.
Got it. Okay.
Yeah, tripling the size of the square footage for the factory. And then spending time in Germany building this equipment. Was 2019. The machine arrives in 2020. And we all know what happens in 2020, COVID.
Hey.
So before we even get all the way there, let's take a little bit of stuff back. Some other stuff happened in your life, not in your professional life.
Oh,
Stuff happened in your personal life and happened to you.
Yeah.
Some stuff like let's visit a little bit of that stuff and see how that was affecting things.
Absolutely.
Because that's another place where your uncle pops into play.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. So 2013 or 2012, I think it's 2013, I'm still working 5 days for the family business, 5 to 7 days for the family business, 3 to 4 days with the security, training, because my training, I still want to train. Took training to a next level.
I mean like physical training?
Yeah, physical training.
Got it.
Start training for triathlon. sign up for a sprint triathlon, decide with my godfather, who's an avid runner, race walker, triathlete, a mentor of mine, have you say, trains me from a distance away with constant emails to complete the Broad Street run. Here's the way how you can complete the Broad Street run. Okay. Never thought I would be able to do that, but I completed it.
Nice.
Really happy, continue to train. One rainy afternoon, picking up my dry cleaning as a normal person would. Waiting to pull into a parking spot. Have my turn signal on. Look in front of me, see what's going on, evaluate the situation. I see somebody coming on my left side.
This podcast is sponsored by Bare Knuckle Strength. If you're ready and willing to start getting rid of and or release your pain, one of the best ways that we have found to start doing that is self-myofascial release. We have created a program here at Bare Knuckle Strength. You can get that right now for free by going to www.bareknucklestrength.com/release. www.bareknucklestrength.com/RELEASE. Release. We look forward to seeing you on the inside. Be well.
And then all of a sudden, boom. Glass shatters on my left side. Hits the left side of my car. And I'm in extreme pain. Not sure what happened. Adrenaline kicks in. Pull my car up, get it out of the way. Slam the door open so I can get out. Run after the person, and it's, I'm so sorry, I have to make a delivery.
Okay.
No,
Yeah.
no,
No, you
can't.
just hit my car. You just hit me.
You just hit me, and you can't go anywhere.
Yeah.
So I have enough wherewithal to call the police. The police come. I'm like, you can see what happened. This guy clearly backs into me, whatever. I was like, where's the guy that did it? I'm like, oh, he ran into that store that he works at. So the cops go in and they're like, what do you want us to do, David? I was like, well, we should have a traffic report, an accident report, everything. And I would like the information.
Do what you are supposed to do?
Yeah. So they come back out and they say, they want the good news or the bad news? I said, all the news. They said, well, the good news is we found the guy. The bad news is he's not here legally, so he has no identification. No whatever. There's no way we can track this person. You need to go to the hospital. Go to the hospital. I get I get x-rays and all this stuff. I get released from the hospital. I don't know what to do. I go to my doctor. My family physician pumps me repeatedly with a leave. You can take as much leave as you want. I was taking 12, 13, 14 a leave a day to deal with the pain. I said, Doc, man, I'm still not feeling good. It's like, you're a young guy, man. You'll bounce back, Dave.
There's that theme again.
Yeah. Okay, doc, whatever. Keep doing what you're saying. Hire a lawyer to protect myself. The lawyer does some research, like the person doesn't have an address. The company that person works for is not, it's basically like a cash business, so there's no way to produce anything. Dave, what do you want? Some spoons or some forks, maybe some tablecloths, some napkins, some chairs? And at that point, I realized that the whole justice system failed me. That there was not going to be any justice for me. And I was going to be in pain, and I was going to have to travel this road without any consequences or any actions taken against this person. I sit there and say, okay, what can we do? So I get x-rays, MRIs, the whole 9 yards. I find a pain management specialist. Oh, Dave, you're really bad, man. What's going on? 32 needles in my neck and my spine over the next 5 years. Still not any better. Backtrack. I go to a private practice chiropractor. He's like, this is criminal that you're having to go through this. I said, yeah. He looks at it. He looks at the MRIs, all the images, and he's like, you're lucky you're walking. He's like, you got to be really careful. He's like, you are lucky to physically be upright and walking.
Right.
What did he see?
He saw the nerves that connect your spine or that run down your spine to your pelvic region are sandwiched. And there's spinal cords that are really close to cutting, like,
The
and
function.
damaging the nerve.
Yep.
Yeah.
So this doctor gets me down to this chiropractor gets me to another doctor. He says this happens to be a very famous practice down in Center City, Philadelphia.
Okay.
The doctor looks at my MRIs and says, yeah, man, can't do anything for you. I am physically afraid that if I move a millimeter too far,
You're paralyzed.
you're paralyzed. So guess what?
I'm not going to touch you.
I'm not going to touch you. I can't help you.
Right.
Go to physical therapy. Okay, sure. Because we haven't already tried that
No, of course.
at a myriad of places.
Great education.
Yeah. I go to a bunch of other places and massage therapy and all these other places. I go to a place where they start doing ablations. And then the worst thing that could have happened to me is they pumped me full of opioids.
It's an inevitable course when you run up against the
Let's be
the
clear
wall
about
there.
something real quick. There are some great physical therapists out there. There are some great massage therapists. There are some great doctors. And there are also some ones that are not so great. And the overview of Dave's story shows up here in our gym a lot.
A lot.
We just had one recently where basically somebody told us we did everything we could.
And I got receipts for everything
And I
I've
have
done.
the receipts, and basically they're saying, well, we're the best of the best at what we do, but we can't help you. You're beyond our help. So what does a person do? Like, you've literally been let down by the justice system. Now you're being let down by the medical system. How does that make you feel, Dave?
Like there is no help and there is no way for me.
Anybody else?
Yeah, it seems to be a common theme.
Yeah.
And then what?
And then what?
So again, I got to dig deeper, find a way, find
Interesting. Figure it out?
Yeah, figure it out.
Just figure it out, dude.
Did you get the schematic out?
Yeah, unfortunately for this, there is no schematic
No, not at all. Huh?
about how to medically treat yourself.
We could solder some stuff back
Yeah.
there. Or- okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, there is no
Yeah.
schematic on how to treat somebody like this.
Right.
So I was finally diagnosed with ankylosing spondylitis.
From who? Who did that diagnosis? Spine doctor? Or?
It was
Different
a
one?
spine doctor and my chiropractor.
What is ankylosing spondylitis?
So ankylosing spondylitis is an autoimmune disease that is commonly found in people ranging from 60 to 70 to 80 to 90. If you've ever seen kind of like the Hunchback of Notre Dame, or if you've ever been walking down the street and you see a person kind of hunched over.
Yep.
It's
Heavy
the-
kyphosis.
Yeah, it's the degeneration of your discs and everything. And there really is no way to stop it. There is no magic pill. There is no surgery.
But were you given a reason, i.e., like, okay, there's no way to slow this thing down, but there is ways to like not progress it?
Yeah, so I was given tools by my chiropractor, not the myriad of doctors that I saw.
Not the spine specialists?
Nope.
Interesting.
That the keys to managing, because you can't heal from it, because as you get older and the discs and vertebrae and everything degenerate,
More calcified together. Ossified, if you will. Yeah.
together, is movement, diet, the least amount of stress as possible.
So mindset, fitness, and nutrition.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Just checking.
noted.
Yeah. Yeah. You may have heard that before here.
Interesting.
And you can only combat it by doing those things.
Sure. You can push back against it.
Yeah.
You're not going to fix it.
Yeah.
You're not going to heal it. You'll cure it, but you can always push back against it.
Correct.
Okay.
Also a theme that we talk about here a lot.
So while all this is happening and I'm going to see all these doctors and whatever to try to get better, another recurring theme is, guess what? You're not producing what you need to produce.
Oh, weird. Hey, we need you back in this. We need you back on the line here. Things
Yeah.
are not working right.
Yeah.
Hey,
So tell us what that reentry was like.
So I had to, obviously there
Take
was
the weekend off.
Yeah,
and then-
it was, go to the doctors whenever you can, schedule it, but make sure it's not during working hours.
Of course.
Because everybody knows if you've gone to a doctor, there is no office hours that are not 9 to 5
or less.
or less. So it was don't miss work, but get better.
But also, don't miss work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Make sure you're here.
Right. There's work to be done, and we need you to be doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. Make sure, all this other stuff that you're doing is great
But
Not really.
as long as it doesn't affect
this
this.
is the thing.
Yeah.
So was your spinal condition improved by being asked to come back to work and sit down at a machine that required you to bend over it all day long?
Absolutely not.
Oh, it wasn't? That wasn't the right thing to do for your long-term health?
Not even close.
How did you come to realize that that wasn't the right thing for you to do for your long-term health? Why did you end up going back right away and sitting at that machine all day with a spine that was not ready to sit like that?
Exterior forces.
Oh. Have we talked about these exterior forces
Yes.
already?
Right.
Okay.
We said there might be a theme that recurs a few times across the board here.
Yeah.
Okay. So you had a conversation with somebody, and what was said?
That's when it turned out to like, hey, I can't keep doing this.
Mm-hmm.
We have to find a better way. We have to revolutionize how we're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
And if we can't, this isn't going to work for me.
Yeah. So through the process of starting to heal and wanting to improve the business, you saw that clearly things needed to be done differently for your own health and in the business. So you started to put together a plan to be able to do it all differently, it sounds like.
Correct.
And that's when we came together 2 years after your accident to sit down with your uncle to start the process.
Yeah.
But was that the only accident you had?
Unfortunately, no.
Oh, okay. So there we go. Let's fill in that gap.
2019.
So this is the Germany year, working on the machine and okay.
Yeah. So in between trips to Germany and running the business, I'm sitting at a traffic light, minding my own business. People in front of me, like normal traffic light you're supposed to do, stopped. All of a sudden, I feel a jolt to my back and my spine, and my head hits the steering wheel. Try to bring my head back up, see what's going on, pull my car over, get out of my car, in a lot of pain.
Interesting.
Go back to the vehicle behind me.
Mm-hmm.
It's a younger female. I said, well, what happened? She said, I was working on my Uber Eats, and I looked over to see where my next pickup was or delivery was, and you appeared out of nowhere.
So she was distracted,
Driving.
but you appeared out of nowhere.
Yeah.
It was your fault then.
Yeah.
Or so it sounds.
That's what she said. You appeared out.
Yeah.
Okay. How did that
Even
go?
though everyone knows that the law says that anytime you hit somebody from the back, it's always your fault. But hey,
The law. What is
know,
that?
weird.
What is that?
So again, I'm whisked away to the hospital, to the emergency room, where they pump me full of drugs to try to maintain the pain.
Because they help.
So then,
it's a good Band-Aid when you need it.
yeah. So then I'm again back in the cycle of going to see spine specialists and whatever. I do convince my doctor to, after numerous times and self-weaning myself off the opioids,
That's powerful in itself.
to give me a medical marijuana card.
Okay. How did that conversation come up? How did you come across? You're like, I want to try this and not that.
Well, I said, I went to the doctor and I stated, hey, like, I'm not myself on these opioids. My sleep's rough. I'm not feeling any better. I feel like I'm starting to become dependent on these things, and I know what that can cause. What other options can we have or can we do? Because I don't want to be stuck on these opioids for the rest of my life. So I state I want to try medical marijuana.
Okay.
This doctor gives me the medical marijuana card. I go to a dispensary for the first time in my life. I have no idea what I'm looking at.
And you've never used marijuana before at
No.
all, of course, right?
Never.
Right.
So I go in, I get this cream, this balm, whatever. Mm-hmm. It helps me.
Okay.
I feel good. I'm I'm off the opioids. I'm feeling good. Okay.
All right.
Go to back to work, of course. I then go to another physical therapy place that it helps me. Great place right down the road. Awesome. But I'm not getting the results that I want to get. Okay, well, Dave, again, you do have this ankylosing spondylitis. You're never going to get better, you know. Okay. So then I see this physical therapy place on YouTube, and I'm like, oh, let's go there. Mm-hmm. Cool. So I go there, start seeing some goals or start seeing some improvement. Super happy. I go for a couple of months. We see a plateau. I said, okay, what can we do for this? I get told by my female physical therapist that, well, if you just sign up for 3 to 6 more months,
Problem solved then.
problem solved. You're going to get better.
Yeah.
You see the results that we already had.
Yep.
Whatever. Turns out in the end to not be the right move. In that time frame, I lost my aunt, who I was very close with.
Yeah.
Turn into an emotional stage again. Reach out to this physical therapist who I thought was going to help me get better.
Yeah.
Instead, tries to...
There was some deception involved there as well, right?
Yeah. To take advantage of my situation.
How?
To receive money and other gifts, would you say?
So she poured her story on you.
Yeah.
This sort of sob story, if you will.
Yeah.
And you fell into it.
Yeah.
Based on where you were mentally in that state.
Yeah.
And physically.
And physically.
Like
right.
physically, really. Like the guy was
taken advantage
guy
of.
was in
Yeah.
pain. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was deception. Like we call it what it is. Like
Okay.
that was...
Yeah.
They call that theft by deception, in case anybody is curious.
That's the other end of things, is not all physical therapists are like that. So there was one
Yeah.
story.
Yeah. So then I just left all treatments for a while.
Yeah, yeah.
And I was really alone. And again, I had to resource back to my tools. You know, what helped me go through this.
Journaling, music,
Yeah.
etc.
Yeah, trying to do whatever physical fitness I could in
Right,
whatever
right.
capacity I could.
Stay moving.
And then 2020, you hit into some version of COVID that affected everybody, right? On top of that.
Oh, yeah.
And then how long between then and there until you saw John's?
December
Piece there.
27th, 2022.
That was 22. Okay, so we're
so
still
March of 2020, we shut down.
right.
And there's about 2 years before Dave and I
Roughly
reconnect.
2 years in there. So what else are we missing in those 2 years?
So those 2 years just trying to keep the business going because we were shut down.
Yeah.
Yep.
Trying to keep schools were shut down. There was no bands.
3 to 6 months, you couldn't do anything, right? Like couldn't have anybody in because you weren't.
6 months.
What, non-essential,
Essential.
Yeah,
right?
wasn't
non-essential.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
Yeah, we were considered non-essential.
for 6 months, you couldn't manufacture. Half a year.
Yeah. But
And you were sitting on a brand new machine that
Yeah.
was tooled for manufacturing
Yeah.
at the highest level.
yeah. And
And a new space.
a new space.
Yeah. That was 3 times larger than the other
Yeah.
one.
So expenses.
Yeah. Expenses were through the roof.
Yeah.
And no income.
No income. Okay.
But you still held on. You still
Again.
held on and figured it out.
Figured it out. Figure it out, David.
You pulled out the schematic,
Yeah.
you soldered some stuff together,
And off we go.
and you made it work.
Yeah. You know, that's how you have, I mean, that's how I was.
What were some of the things that you ended up having to do to get through that time?
A lot of
Because
souls.
you're not the kind of person to just be like, all right, everybody, you're fired. Like, see ya. I know you didn't do that.
Oh,
if anything, you probably took your profit and
I delved into all of my profits
Right.
and savings to keep my people paid.
yeah. Interesting. I wonder why everybody doesn't do that.
You know, and definitely some dark places, some dark times, because you're walking into, and I'm sure everybody's aware of this. Guess what? Bank doesn't care that you're shut down.
No, not at all. Nope.
As
They're
they
essential.
say in Goodfellas, fuck you, pay me.
Yeah. Guess what? That's due. So, I had to do everything I could to keep everything afloat.
Sure.
So when we were able to back to producing, we could produce.
So that 6 months or so that you weren't, and you're attempting to figure it out, and you don't know what everything, the forces that be that were external that were pulling on your business that you couldn't see. You said you had some dark moments. Did you have some dark thoughts again?
Yeah. I mean,
They ended up creeping back through.
yeah, again,
Interesting.
what do you do? Okay.
What was your brain telling you to do?
Yeah. I mean, we went a lot of really just doubling down on there was two sides of my brain. One was saying like, yeah, okay, you don't need this,
Like sell the business, get out of it? Or like
Either
you don't
sell
need
the
this,
business-
get out of this life thing?
a little bit of both. There's always a chance for bad things to creep in, and it's how you handle it and how you're willing to move forward with it.
So do you think what happened in high school, not that it was great or that you needed it, but it prepared you more for that time when it showed up a little bit?
Oh, it formed me or molded me, however you say,
If you will, right?
to
Molded by it.
yeah. Yeah. It formed me or molded me into definitely the person I am today, but made me
Yeah.
tougher, stronger, more capable.
Yep.
Resilient.
Resilient is another great word.
That's what I hear the
Yeah.
whole time.
Yeah.
Is like, stuff keeps happening. I just get up and move forward. I get pushed down again. I get up and move forward. I figure it out. That's what I keep hearing over and over and over again.
Yeah. It really hit me when the one doctor was like, "You're lucky to be alive." Because I play back a time when I was in university and there was an attempt on my life, not myself. To the theme of resilience, I was surprised working at university while I was studying, and I was refereeing an intramural basketball game, and apparently there was a huge bet on the game monetarily. And I called the foul, the sixth foul on their number one player, because the person from the opposing team went up for a layup and the person body checked him. And I called a foul like any person would do.
Like you were supposed to do,
Like I was
but
supposed
being
to
an
do.
actual referee for a game.
Walking back to my room after the game, I just left right away. 3 people came up behind me. One to my left, one immediately behind me, one to my right. And I don't know what was on the side of my right head, but I heard the cockback of a hammer of a gun. And the people were talking, and they were saying to me, "Do you realize what you did? You cost us $5,000. Now it's your turn to pay." And I said, "If you're going to do it, or just let me go." And the comment that was said between the 3 of them was,
It's not worth it.
"Yo, this blank person is not scared. What do you want to do?" My response was, "Go ahead, do it."
Yeah.
And they walked away.
You felt like you didn't have anything to lose at that point.
Exactly. And I was like,
You
wow.
already tried to do it yourself.
Yeah, I was like, I'm playing with house.
What are you gonna do? Scare me?
Oh yeah, I'm not scared. I've been there before.
Right.
I've worked on this. I've prepared myself for when something like this happens, to not be scared
Sure.
and face it head on. And again, figure it out.
You soldered your way through that one too.
Yeah.
So soldering is the tool. It sounds like.
Yeah, I for whatever reason I just picked that one up and kept rolling with it.
No, but it clearly is. It's how we're bringing things together.
Well, that's what solder does. It
Yeah.
makes
Makes the
junctions.
switches work.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It makes junctions.
That's it.
So, yeah, I was like,
Did the aftermath of that cause you any negative thoughts or any sort of like, or did it like propel you forward and activate you more?
I was just really,
Or were you shook?
I was really angry.
Oh, yeah. Interesting. Okay.
I
Can you
understand
speak to that a little bit?
Yeah, so I was really angry because I felt like it was really unnecessary.
Yeah.
And it never should have been brought to that level.
Over a fucking intramural game? Yeah. Any game, but yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Over a game.
A
Yeah.
game, right.
But I will say the law enforcement at the university, did a great job and handled it correctly, and charges
good.
were pressed, and
That's good.
So the system held up that time.
yeah.
So you have had some incidences of that.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know.
Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not here to be all negative. There are some positives that
No, we're
come
here to
through.
tell the truth.
Yeah. Right.
We bear it all.
Yeah.
The good, the bad, and what actually happened.
Yeah.
Not fabricated. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So we've got all that. Now we had some time in between your second accident. We talked about your experiences with some not so savory folks that you were seeking out to try and help you. And then 2022 happens.
Yeah.
John Bear comes back into your purview. You come here for a little while. I had heard your name a time or two through that time because I was here in 2022 as well. But I didn't meet you until 2024.
Oh, yeah. The release.
2024, when we did our release seminar here, was my first time meeting you.
Okay.
And I remember, John saying, my friend Dave is going to come down. He's been in some accidents. He's got some stuff. We went to high school together. And when I saw you, I was like, oh shit, this guy needs us. That was the first thing I said. And he'll say that as soon as you left, I was like, what's up with that dude? He needs us big time. Mm-hmm. And then I asked and asked and asked after that because it was a little while before you came back in again and sat with us.
It was like May, I believe, or early June of 24.
Yeah,
so
June.
last year.
We did it like very early.
About a year ago.
This time
Yep.
last year was our first release seminar.
And then
it took up maybe into the fall.
The fall, but then he went away for a trip because
Right.
he was
Germany.
traveling a lot
Yeah.
over the winter, and you went back to Germany and you
Yeah.
saw something, and then you came back
Right.
and you were adamant about wanting to talk to me.
Yeah.
Go ahead, tell that story.
Yeah, so I traveled. First, I traveled to Ireland for a friend's wedding.
That's right, O'Dwyer. Yeah,
Yeah, which was amazing.
very cool.
Got to reunite with some friends that I hadn't seen, and again, friends that I
Yeah,
hadn't seen in 15, 20 years. Then came back, spent some time in the factory again. Mm-hmm. Then spent like 2 weeks in Germany, traveling for work. Just again, innovation, automation.
But some other really great realizations as well.
Yeah, I realized that if I was going to be successful, no matter what I did with the business, I needed to work on my physical as well.
Why? Why hadn't you done it before?
As you can see, there's a lot of physical limitations in my body and my spine. And I only saw them getting worse and worse and limiting my daily life. And I made a conscious decision that this wasn't the life that I wanted to live. And if I did want to become what I envisioned for myself and my companies in the future, that I would have to, again, get uncomfortable with myself and my limitations to, again, mold myself into what I want to become or what I now am becoming with the help of everybody here. So I can reach the goals that I've set out for myself.
When you were in Germany, I think you told me a story that the company, while you were there, everybody took a break together, went out, took a walk. Like it was literally a part of their lifestyle.
Yeah,
right?
like, the lifestyle.
Being healthy, being fit, just being active, they've come to realize and probably knew it, we'll say, before us, but to the point where like being active, like going on a company-wide hike in the middle of the day or after work is built into the culture of the company.
Oh, yeah.
Right? Because that was the real big story you told me when you came back, was like
I remember that.
Seeing the company do this together. You came back and realized, I have to do this, but also how can I bring this back to my company?
Yeah.
And then so why did you end up coming back to me? Sure, we were friends, Dave, and whatever, and I had a gym, but like, so what? What feeling did you have that I could help you if nothing else could?
So I had really, like I said, at that point, I had stopped all physical therapy and everything. And I was just taking, not opioids, but just taking medicine and using the medical marijuana to help me get by. I think what really motivated me or pushed me to come here was the fact when you messaged me and said, hey, what are you doing on January 1st? And I was like, yeah, man, I'm working. And you were like, really? Come on, you can't take some time to come and meet and catch up?
Wow, I didn't realize that stuck so hard.
And I was like, wow, okay. If I hadn't at that point seen for myself that I needed some help and some guidance, the fact that you said, really, you can't give me like a half an hour or an hour?
Like make time as a friend?
Yeah, make time as a friend to come see me.
Yeah.
It was, okay, this person who is a friend sees something in me that maybe I need his help to bring out of myself.
Whoa. Okay.
And I started, and you don't know this or didn't know this, now we're sharing it. I went back and looked at some stuff and I was like, wow, okay, John's really being serious about this. Like, this just isn't some thing that John decided, well, I'm just going to open up, this place and, hey, man, when you get a chance, stop by. It was really regimented, like, come this date, this time. And it was very respectful of my time and then also my goals, with you saying a couple of times, hey, man, I know you're not where you need to be. Let's get you in here, man. I can really help you, but you're going to have to put in the work yourself. And I was like, and I think it really hit to me. It was like, okay, new year, everybody says the new year, new me. Everybody says that. But I think I took that, as I do with a lot of things, to the extreme.
Okay.
And I was like, okay, you know what? I kept seeing all the memes and everybody, on the news and everything about new year, new me, and I'm going to be better this year, and 2025 is my year. Mm-hmm. And I think I was probably one of the few people that was like, okay, I'm really going to do this. And I'm going to put my mind down, and I'm going to focus on this, and I'm going to make this a priority. Where maybe not everybody does that. Or they start out strong for the first January, February, and then, March, April.
Life happens.
Yeah, life happens and stuff gets in the way.
Life never stops lifing. Like it's always happening.
Yeah, it's very true.
And so you came in, you started basically, we'll say the beginning of January or the end of December. I think it was early January.
You came and sat with us too. Like you sat with both of us at that time. And, there's some other people who can relate to this as well if they're watching, without saying names. But you came and sat with us and you bared your soul to us at that moment. You trusted us. You trusted John enough, and by proxy, because he trusts me. You trusted us enough with your heart, enough to tell us where you were and what you wanted to do. And I have not seen you take your foot off the gas from that point since then. In this journey, you are one of the people that shows up all the time, ready to do the work. We've talked about it in the last couple of days. Some of the results that you have seen from outside sources saying to you, like, Dave, what's going on with you? Like, this is great. Like, you're taller, you're this, you're that, like all of that stuff. And, that is a result, like, yes, we care about you in that way and we want you to get better, but that's a result of you soldering it together, like figuring it out, like looking at the schematic, like you listen to what we're saying, you do what we're saying, you take it seriously. But that's what it takes for everybody to get to that point. Like, you have to want to put the work in. You have to want the effort more. You have to want the thing more than how bad it sucks at that time. And I believe that the term you use a lot around here, and we talk about it too, because you brought it back from Germany, the hidden champion, right? Like that exists.
Yeah.
Like, and that's a testament to that. So thank you.
Yeah. No, there was, on my trip to Germany, there were so many things, and you touched on it about the health, and, we could go on and on about it. I mean, the food, it's just so much different and so much better. And, the amount of exercise that I was doing while I was there was extreme. And there was a term that I found, or I heard while I was over there, that really resonated with me, and I've brought it back home, and I've had it resonate throughout my life.
Right.
And that is clear plan, clear goals, clear outcome. Everything is regimented with, okay, here's our plan, here's how we're going to do it, and this is the outcome that we're going to get. Mm-hmm. That was one of them. And then also the hidden champion. The hidden champion, the one thing I learned as a hidden champion, you can strike at any time. Because the hidden champion is not the person or the company or the group that does the most advertising, the most marketing, has the most expensive budget for whatever their goal is, whatever their craft is even. But because they are so hidden and they don't have themselves in front out, they can make changes really fast and adapt to whatever comes their way. And I feel from the stories I've heard from you and John from the pandemic and how you have had to adapt, I really feel that the BKS brand itself is a hidden champion. And that's huge.
Thank you.
Coming back here, I was like, wow, these people and this group is a hidden champion and a place where I can feel comfortable with people that, and I've said it to you before, I don't view myself as a normal person.
You're not.
Where the hidden champion of an everyday life can come and feel safe and have a successful experience here. And then take that core foundation, if it's not something else, but take that core foundation from here and apply it to other things in their life.
Right.
And that's something I feel, both of you and everybody here should be proud of.
Thank you.
Beyond proud.
Yeah,
and
thank you.
There was a way that you explained it, and I'd like you, because you told me this story. You said, like a hidden champion, the concept along the lines of, you don't have to stick out because you're so good at what you do, they'll come find you.
Yeah.
From all around the world.
Yeah.
So I don't have to have the biggest budget and the et cetera, when we get the results that we say that we do. But in reality, you've been here now for 5.5, 6 months, right? 5.5 months,
5.5
we'll
months.
say?
Yeah.
Jeremy just alluded to, somebody said something to you recently. You came in and were excited to give us some results that one of your practitioners noticed.
Yeah.
So there's so many people out there that can say, I can help you, Dave. A bunch didn't. They said they could, but they didn't. I said I could. We said we could. Have we lived up to that for you?
I feel with an absolute yes.
Okay. How? Because I don't want to be the kind of person that talks shit, and I'm sitting here fucking talking shit on a podcast. I don't want fucking people to think that I can fucking help them if I can't. I said I could help you because I knew that I could. I knew some of your stuff was physical, but I also knew there was other things that needed to be unpacked.
Yeah, absolutely. So when I say an absolute yes, to me that is without judgment. Without thinking, without falter, where some people have to sit there and say,
I guess.
maybe, yeah, okay. Yeah, you know what? Okay. For me, it's an absolute yes. And the reasoning behind that is the experience when I come in here, the energy and the people that you all have allowed in here, because it's not for everybody.
Nah.
And I realized that, okay, it's not for everybody, so you are only getting the people that are serious. And when you combine people that are serious, only good things can come. Now, for me personally, that gives that absolute yes, because of my physical limitations that I had previously. They're getting better. I'm more mobile. My health is getting better. I've lost some weight.
Taller.
How does one get taller as they get older, though?
So for me, the ankylosing spondylitis will slowly, and for me, it was the traumatic accidents
From the car, yeah.
that caused the ankylosing spondylitis to have an onset
Express
experience.
itself, yeah.
Earlier in
Sort of
life.
that hunchback thing you were
Yeah.
talking about. Okay.
However, since I've been here working with you and Jeremy and everybody, stretching, being more mobile, massage
Yeah.
has helped me
And some
Get
of our
taller.
other practitioners as well. Yeah.
get taller. And I was like, what? I'm not taller. They're like, no, look, here's where you measure before and here's where you are now. I was like, okay, wow. And then to share my experience and then share the video that was on Channel 6. If you haven't watched it, watch it.
Oh, wait, we're going to splice it right into this one right there.
Everybody ready to go? Everybody eyes to the center. Hey now, what's up, Robin? 2 minutes, 2 minutes. Very good, very good. Let's get after it.
When you're here, you're just
Come on, finish.
on a journey,
Good, Dave, good.
and you come
All
out
right, 30 seconds.
just invigorated.
Looks like Kathy will finish up. Everybody else, just chill. My name is John Bear. Right now, we're at Bare Knuckle Strength in Fort Washington, Pennsylvania. Show them how you do it. We call this individualized, small group, personal training.
That's way harder than it looks.
This is the place that I went to rebuild myself after losing my brother to suicide and my cousin to muscular dystrophy. I started working on the only thing that I could, which was moving to process that emotional pain. And the movement, keep that chin tucked, helped me get to the point where other people saw what I was doing.
I couldn't really walk well when I came here 6 months ago, and the transformation already has been astounding.
Sit, Dave, bring it home, bro.
You build your brain and your body.
Nice work, ladies, nice work.
It's a great hour. I love it.
I've had people literally say to me, I've tried everything, I've gone everywhere, I've been broken. And when they come to me and they've been in the program 3 months, 6 months, a year, 6 years, they say, 2, I've never felt results like this before.
It's aimed for people that want to be healthy and happy. And that's what I'm looking for. Suits me to a T.
Movement is the answer.
In 2013, after running the Broad Street run, I was in a critical motor vehicle accident.
Make sure we're using the muscles properly.
The doctors told me that I may not walk again.
We're all stressed out in the wrong ways.
John and the team here at BKS have really helped me to stay motivated, stay on the track, and keep me going.
Nice, Dave, come on, finish.
Being a coach here has changed my life for the better in just about every way. The ability to be able to show up here and help someone else be able to stand up a little straighter or feel a little bit stronger or walk a little bit straighter, it fills my cup up to the point of overflowing. Whatever you feel like you need.
It's a comfortable space. It's a safe place. It's a stress relief place. And John knows that for me for a fact, that it's a place that I can let all that pent-up energy out, be done with it, and then move on and be productive.
John's ability
And now they know they can do it.
to make you understand it's not just about your physical body and what it can and cannot do. It's about what's going on mentally and emotionally, and how that ties into your ability to become physically stronger and overcome things.
It's everything. Because I didn't know that I needed this too. And when somebody comes to me and says, you changed my life, I didn't have the capacity to deal with that, and I didn't know what to do with it. And I am so grateful for all the people that see me. They didn't run away from me when I was hurting. And so it means everything. I can't say it any better than that.
My practitioner, who I felt was a stoic man, broke down and was like wiping his eyes about the experience that I shared between you and I growing up and now reconnection. It's like, this is just so great. I'm so excited for you. And this is just such a good thing. Keep doing it. Come back. He's like, I'm looking forward. I'm looking forward to seeing what you're like in 6 months.
Me too.
But they literally said from November last year to May this year, you've grown an inch. You're
Yeah.
an inch taller.
Yeah.
Where do you notice that in life? 'Cause
So-
you've told me a couple things where you come in and you're like, I can do this and this and this better.
Yeah, so I can bend down better. Mm-hmm. I can almost touch, I don't want to say touch my toes, but get mid-calf.
We're close to that sock thing, right?
Yeah,
Working
I
on
can lift up some heavier boxes that I couldn't before. Yeah, look up more as I'm looking in the camera now, whereas November, I probably would have been like this, talking right into the microphone like this.
Seeing your machines when you're
Yeah,
working
seeing my
more,
machines
those-
working better.
all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, and
Less pain overall?
overall less pain,
Okay.
more mobility.
Okay.
Your left leg straightens out quite
Yeah,
a bit
for the
more
first
than
time in probably 12 or 13 years, I've been able to
Got that leg straight.
get my leg straight.
Heel on the ground.
Yeah.
That was a big thing.
There's numerous things that I could say
Okay.
that have changed or have because of performance here.
Yeah. And the other places that you're going.
Yeah. I get massage and
Yeah.
stretch,
Yep.
everything, but it's all part of a group.
Network spinal
yeah,
analysis.
Yeah. It's all part of a team
That's right.
Yeah.
that when you put together a great team, you can, there's the one quote that I said here earlier. It's amazing what you can accomplish when nobody worries about who gets the credit.
How about that?
That's a great spot for us to kind of wind ourselves into. We've been sitting for a while now.
Yeah.
Like this might be our longest conversation that we've had in a while.
We're almost at 2 hours.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I know you always have a great question for the end, or anything else you want to add before we wind it down.
Let's wind that up, Dave. You just please sing our praises more and more and more. Tell everybody how great we are.
Thank you. Thank you for
No,
that.
seriously,
Like
yeah.
for real, like thank you for that. Like thank you for always saying that. Like we appreciate your presence here all the time. We love working with you. I know like we talk about it regularly. Like we love working with you. Like we love watching the wins stack up, and it's just a fulfilling thing to hear that, the stacked up wins add up to increases in height, and I'm able to sit up and stand up a little bit more and get more mobility and put the heel on the floor and all of those things like that. That's what we're doing here.
You love talking to Dave. Give him a final question while I formulate mine.
Ooh. Final question then. If someone was on the fence about trying to make themselves better, if they were in a position like what you were in, where you were feeling down and having some pretty dark thoughts and didn't know what they could do or what they should do even, what advice, like what would you say to them to help pull them out of that and get them to take some action in a forward direction? As someone who's been there.
Yeah, that's that's a great question. I feel like everybody is different.
Sure.
And everybody deals with things differently.
So I want to pause you for 1 second. And I asked you this question specifically. As soon as he said that, I had this question in my mind, because the things that you say here when we're working and training, especially when there's other people in the room, are some of the most optimistic, some of the most like coaching type comments that it's the kind of stuff that we would say to people.
Okay.
So that's why I want to hear it from you, because you have these things within you. Like, you know, we've talked about, like, you know, the walk with the entrepreneur walk. Like, this is the entrepreneur talk,
Yeah.
right? So
No,
we're like, how would you, you know, if you could say like, hey, just pick yourself up, or whatever that thing might be. But yes, it is different for everyone.
Yeah, for me, it was a mind switch. And the switch, I don't know exactly when it came or and sometimes it goes away. Sometimes I do deal with, you know, the mountains, the peaks, the valleys.
Sure. So do we.
I always try to think about how I can make a difference and bring others together in a happier way. So you could say almost leading with optimism. No matter how down you are or whatever kind of experience you're going through, it can all change like that. And if you're going through an experience or a time in your life where it's not all sunshine and rainbows, guess what? Stick around, because it's going to get better. But if you don't stick around, there is no opportunity for better. So take it one day at a time. And the thing that I've learned is stop trying to compare yourself to everybody else.
That's a great one.
We're all on our own race at a different time. And everybody does things at their own level and their own time when they're ready. So don't compare yourself to other people, because you don't know where they are and they don't know where you are. And they don't know how far you've come just to get to that point. And you don't know where they are.
Right.
So where, you know, some people are, you might think as far ahead, are not really as far ahead as you think. But you just have to take it one day at a time. And like you said, stack wins. And every time when I come in here, I always try to think of, like, before on my drive here, I always think of like one positive thing that I can bring to my experience here. Like, okay, sometimes days are tough, but you got to celebrate the little wins, whatever they are, and keep moving them forward. And even if you're not there yet, celebrate the step. You know, even for me, like, just being able to sit here and look at the camera, celebrate the hell out of that.
I'll celebrate that with you.
So if anybody is going through something, and always remember, you're not alone. You would be surprised at how many people. John didn't know I was going through what I was going through.
Right.
I didn't know what John was going through. But guess what? We opened our mouths. We shared.
That's right. Fantastic.
Dave, is there anything else that you'd like to say about me so everybody else can hear how awesome I am? I'm teasing. I'm putting you on the spot there. Is there anything else that you want to say about what we've said so far? Because I do have one final question for you. Is there anything you want to get out? Or we can let my question answer it.
Yeah, I would say
Let's move.
Let's move.
Got it. So you've talked about how serious we are here, right? When you came in here,
Yeah.
you're like, wow, like I did some research on John to see how regimented he was, and the people that come here, like, they're serious about doing this. When you walked in here today, what was the first thing you said to us?
Wow, this is serious business.
And this is not, we're not doing gym work today.
Yeah.
We're not taping you working out,
Yeah.
are we?
No.
Everything we do, we take seriously. And I want to share something with you on the level of, I'm in business because my brother took his own life. He used suicide as a tool instead of the gym, instead of music, instead of therapy and talking to people. The gym exists because I needed a place to rebuild myself. The podcast also exists because my family and the people around me in the gym, I started to realize the next level was a place to talk about it, somewhere to go to open our mouths, as you just said earlier. Everything I do in my life, especially in business, I wanted to create avenues basically to where when people see what we're doing here in our business, they would never think about suicide because we make life so worth living. And we're going to create all the tools and strategies and things that people need in order to, when they're going through the dark times, have somewhere to go if it gets so heavy they can't do it alone. So is there anything I haven't asked you or talked about that you believe somebody on the edge of suicide might need to hear so that we can create it?
That's a strong question.
It's what I do.
Yeah, I was. Yeah,
Got him.
yeah. I was afraid. I was afraid there was going to be one that was going to come that
There it is, baby.
hits and gets stumbled in my throat.
Great.
It's okay.
You're human.
Take a breath. Take a sip of water if you need it.
We'll wait for it.
Okay. It's never too late. It's never too late. No matter what you're going through, it's never too late to change it. Whatever it is that you're going through at this time or whatever time it is, it's never too late to work on it to make it better. So,
Well said.
that's what I would say. It's never too late.
If anybody out there is seriously struggling and you have reached and listened to this point, and like Dave just said, it's never too late and you're not sure where to start, there are links in this video. Go to those links. Give us your email address. Allow us to talk to you. Come into our thing. We want to talk to you. We're here to listen, as we are with Dave, who now is ready to sit in front of all of you and unpack his whole story. This is the way. And we have the ability to do it physically through the gym. We have the ability to do it by talking through the podcast. And if for some reason you need something medically, we have avenues for that as well. It is never too late. We are here. Peace, everybody. We love you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you for making it this far in our podcast. I am not okay, and that's why I created www.iamnotok.com. It's a space where we can go to be seen, to be heard, and to not be judged. Everybody needs that. Everybody wants that. Here is our opportunity to have that. If you are ready to have your story heard, please go to www.iamnotok.com intertwined.com/contact, CONTACT, and fill out our form to sit right here across from me as a guest on our podcast. And if you're not ready to be a guest and tell your story live, but you are ready to start telling the truth, even if just to yourself, then please grab our free Speaking Your Truth guide, www.iamnotok.com/truth. We look forward to seeing you on the inside. Be well.